Okay, come, we can see what's going on from right here.
Mm-hmm.
Is that just from my hand?
I think that's probably good. Let me check and see. Just moving with her.
All right. All right, Shalom. Shalom. We the Brothers of Great Millstone, Church of Birmingham, Alabama. And as always, want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory
To Yahweh, Ba'ashem,
Yahushua,
Ba'ashem, Ruach Kodash.
Yeah, in the ancient Hebrew tongue, that would be the correct name of the Heavenly Father, His beloved Son, and the Holy Spirit. Also would like to give double honors to our teachers, the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, must do honors and respect to the sincere brethren out there that's also laboring in His work, as well as you believers out there, you know, the Akim and the Aqua, which consists of you brothers and sisters alike that subscribe to this truth as well. So yeah, we back in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And this sitting right here is going to be centered around a prophecy once more. All right, that's the time and season that we in, the time where the things written and foretold in the Holy Scriptures is now being brought more and more to the forefront, you know, and it's being made apparent, it's being made manifest that the current events pretty much correlate what's written in this book. If you had an eye salve and the understanding to see so, all right? And the title of this sitting is going to be Chip Talk, really the second installment. And the Spirit got on us, you know, we said we were going to a series dedicated to the chip because that's a very important prophecy. You know, the brothers that you see with me, they initiated, it started off, so this is the second installment, you know. Unfortunately to be involved in this one, but this prophecy right here is a very intriguing prophecy, man, because for one, it brings a lot of friction. That lets you know that the fingerprint of Yahweh Shema Shai is all over this prophecy, which all the prophecies, but you know, it's something about this prophecy. This is that one prophecy that's gonna, you know, spill over into all hell breaking loose. What you're witnessing right now with this swarm of activity with the coronavirus, you know, the vaccine, the vaccinations, these different legislations which in play, really is all geared up to the chip. And Lord will, through the Spirit, we're going to go into different information. If the Spirit allows us to bring it out, we got a couple of little sources we want to go into. And of course, we're going to filter it through the scriptures. But again, right now, what you're witnessing is, how about, if you saw the thumbnail, you know, we got the, we would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you meddling kids. And that's the Spirit, because the Lord is disrupting, if you will, the plans of Esau by way of the prophets. Matter of fact, let's go to something that's been coming out a whole lot lately. 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, and the 8th verse, before we really get into this, man. Because Esau and his plans is being frustrated right now, man. It goes, Job, the 20th chapter goes into that, you know, which we can hold that on deck as well. So right now the Lord is interrupting the plans of Esau, all right? And it's a beautiful thing. Go ahead.
Because this 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed.
Yep, and then shall that wicked be revealed. Go ahead.
Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
So the Lord's mouth, which is the prophets, the mouthpiece of Yahweh Shema Shai, is the men that you see that's been thrust out there in the forefront, in the public's eye, thus fulfilling the prophecy spoken of in 1 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, where we was going to be made a spectacle. Well, guess what? Yahweh Shema Shai used us to pretty much shed light on the wicked deeds of Esau, man. You know? And before we go further, let's go ahead and get that info up. You got some?
I'm gonna get Job 20.
Yeah, go ahead and get that, and then we're going to get this info
Which one you want?
in the dateline.
Okay,
Let me see, 22nd verse. Start at the 20th verse.
I come to Job 20, verse 20. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly.
Right, and his belly is his mind, which translates to what? His secret meetings. That's where your inner thoughts, that's where you strategize everything in your mind. So he's not feeling quietness in his belly. You know? Go ahead.
He shall not save of that which he desires.
And what do he desire? His crown and achievement, which is to establish his new world order. Which, by the way, this new world order is not set for comfort. It's not a thing of where Esau setting up this new world order as if, you know, in the sense of you add on to your house. Like you say, you know what? I'm going to add a man cave. No, this is a matter of life or death in the eyes of Esau, man. This is a move for survival. This hinges, the very survival of Esau and his rulership hinges on him establishing this new world order. All right, this is setting up of the new world order in their mind is going to dictate them either being subject under the subjection of the children of Israel or continuing in the rule, which we all know that this devil, he's not going to go 1 moment, 1 second past the time that the Lord allowed him to rule. But in his feeble thinking, his warped mind, you know, his sinister plans that he's concocted, he believed that him establishing that new world order would somehow alter prophecy, offset the words of Yahweh Shema Shai. So this is a sense of urgency with this devil, man. All right, go ahead up.
It says, verse 21, there shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency.
Right, which is the time we're in now, which translates to, you know, in the climax of this man's rulership, at the apex of his reign, that's the fullness of his sufficiency. Go ahead.
He shall be in straits.
He shall be in straits. The word straits symbolizes difficulty. Okay? And why is that? Because these meddling kids in the form of the prophets, man, The Lord have threw us out there, and we have threw a monkey wrench, as they say, in this man's plans. All right, go ahead.
Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him
Mm-hmm.
when he is about to fill his belly.
Right, when he's about to put the cherry on top, if you will, when he's about to crown his enterprise success, go ahead.
The Messiah shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him,
Which is going to be in the form of World War III. Go ahead.
and shall rain it upon him.
See, it shall rain it upon him, which is symbolic to those ICBM missiles when they shot back and forth throughout the planet Earth, and mainly here on the soils of America. And that's going to be all an effort to overthrow the wicked, which is the so-called white man. All right, go ahead.
It says, and shall rain it upon him
Uh-huh.
while he is eating.
While he is eating, okay? So now we're going to go into this info what Art got, and, of course, we'll filter through the scriptures. So go ahead, Art.
All right, Kanye, this from Disclosed TV.
Mm-hmm.
It says NBC News,
Right, NBC News, go ahead.
all Americans RFID microchip by 2017.
Now, we actually, they actually got a video on it. I couldn't find it.
I got the video.
You got the video? I wish we could probably play it up there. Do you want to
Yeah,
take you a while to
No,
get it?
it should.
So yeah, let's play a little of that video. You know?
Yeah,
And you know, while he getting that, you know, this concludes Esau week. If you've been following me, getting on this devil all week. And you know, we'll be back at it again next week if the Spirit allows. Because why? We're in a time where this devil is to be identified and targeted. The spotlight is on this devil. Matter of fact, give me Luke 8:17 real quick. Because when you read the book of Obadiah, right, it tells you how this man would dwell in the clefts of the rocks. Now, if you go into the clefts is pretty much the cracks, you know, those cracks in the rocks. That's a secluded place, if you will. You know, that means these devils is in the shadows, you know, dealing behind the shroud of deception and secrecy, man. You know? But we, that proverbial light, that's why the Lord said he's going to search Jerusalem with candles, you know, with candles. So when you read the book of Revelation, the first chapter, we those candlesticks, you know, the different camps. That's why the Lord said a light that's set upon the hill can be hid, you know. So by default, we're exposing the wicked deeds of Esau. So go ahead, give me what you got.
This is the book of Luke 8 and verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest.
Right, so that was a time where, you know, these devils and their secret societies, you know, the Illuminati, that wasn't common knowledge. Now you got just a random Jake in the hood that knew about the Illuminati, man. See that? That show you that the scriptures is spot on. There's nothing that's secret that should not be made known, go ahead.
It says, neither anything hid that shall not be known
Mhm.
and come abroad.
And come abroad. All right, so the Lord is putting it out there on display. All right, so you got this out?
Yeah, I got. Cut it up a little bit.
Now this is from NBC Dateline, right? And this was in 2007.
Mm-hmm.
Now keep that in mind. The year 2007.
That's it.
Okay. So you can go ahead and play a little of that.
All right.
Let's see.
One hour of our special coverage here tonight, life in the U.S. in 10 years' time. By that time, there may be
All right,
all
pause.
kinds of new...
All right. So you, Akim, can y'all hear that out there? Just give me a thumb up or whatever if y'all can hear that. Okay, so you can hear it? Okay. Come. All right, so now let's play it again.
All right.
Now,
One hour of our special...
again, select it. Now, mind you, this is from NBC Dateline News back in 2007. And again, keep that in mind. The year 2007, okay? We're going to show you how spiritual everything is. So go ahead. Huh?
More now of our special coverage here tonight, life in the U.S. in 10 years' time. By that time, there may be all
Okay.
kinds of...
Now it says life in the U.S. in 10 years' time. Let's show you that these devils, they forecast things. Nothing is random with these devils, man. Okay? That's why the scriptures say the heart of every one of them is deep.
Yeah, kind of.
They seek out, they
Yep.
diligent, do a diligent search. Okay? I believe that's what Psalm 68,
64.
64. You know? So they've been forecasting what you see right now. But the point is, they was gauging, their measuring stick, if you will, was 2017. They thought by 2017 this thing was going to be in play. So go ahead, huh?
of new ways to safeguard and identify all
Start
those
from the beginning one
things
more
that make. More now of our special coverage here tonight, life in the U.S. in 10 years' time. By that time, there may be all kinds of new ways to safeguard and identify all those things that make each of us unique, our faces, even our fingerprints, even our eyes. Here now with more on the future of technology, NBC's Tom Costello.
The year is 2017.
Now, pause that. It's really 2007. They just forecasting, all right, what they believe is going to happen in 2017. All right, go ahead.
A hospital unconscious with no ID or medical history, but thanks to a microchip under your skin, it's all there.
See, this information been out there, man. These devils been using what's known as gradualism, and that's the ways of a serpent. Yep. All right, a serpent slithers up on you. You know, for an example, you consider different animals. A lion roar, a bear roar, a dog bark at you before they attack. But not a serpent. Not a serpent. He's not gonna let you know a goddamn thing, man. He's gonna slither up on you. Okay? Go ahead.
Science fiction 20 years ago, but a biometric reality today.
The technology is based on answering one simple question. Am I who I say I am?
Already, fingerprints and iris scans verify passenger identities at airports. Within 10 years, that technology may be even more widespread. And look for more complex facial recognition programs that scan a crowd of thousands looking for a single terrorist. Today's facial recognition software starts with the eye.
You know, they like to frame a boogeyman, all right? And guess who the new terrorist? It would be you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You the face of the new war on terror. Look, the war on the coronavirus is the war on terror. And who is the terrorist? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. When you go back into the past, they had the war on terror. They had the war on drugs. Okay? Now you got the war on the coronavirus. See? And the boogeyman now is you Jakes. And that's why when you read Jeremiah the 30th chapter, it tells you about what scriptures go into what's coined as Jacob's trouble. Go ahead, Al.
Then, it maps out the contours of the face and compares that against a database of millions, a database that's growing by the day. What's next? At the University of Bath in England, researchers predict big changes for consumers.
I think it is possible to free us completely of our wallets and keys using biometric technology.
Right. So they package it and selling it to you as a form of comfort as well. See, that shows you how this place is geared to please the flesh. Yep. Something that's, they feel turning a goddamn key in the door is doing too much. So they're saying, you know, you can get rid of your keys, get rid of any excess, right? You just scan your hand. All right, go ahead. Now, mind you, this is back in 2007. Go ahead.
We won't in 10 years' time.
In fact, it's already here. The latest home security locks use fingerprints to control deadbolts. And at the Jewel Osco grocery store in Chicago, some customers pay using their fingerprints. No paper or plastic.
You don't really need
anything. No man may buy nor sell. All right? Yep. Go ahead.
Then your hand, and you already got that with you.
So will future department stores scan our irises, like in the movie Minority Report, then offer products catered to who we are?
Hello, Mr. Yakamoto. Welcome back to the Gap.
Experts say that technology is here now. The challenge is to safeguard our privacy in a brave new world. Tom Costello, NBC News, Alexandria, Virginia.
Right. Now, this was back in 2007. Now, you notice that these devils had already had a marked date, if you will. They had a set date, and it was in 2017, right? But why hasn't it come to fruition? Because of those meddling kids. Now, I want to say something. What also happened in 2007? I'll let you brothers bring it up.
The apostles, man.
The apostles came on the internet in 2007. So when Esau, that was the first time Esau, now in 2007 also, if I'm not mistaken, they highlighted the first family to receive the chip. It was on live TV. It was in Sarasota, Florida or somewhere, you know. But that was a monumental year right there. In 2007, that's when these devils came out and the Lord checkmated them by bringing out the apostles, man. Okay? Matter of fact, give me Hosea, I think that's Hosea 6 and 5, if I'm not mistaken. Get that real quick. Because the men that you see that have been brought forth, right, starting with the apostles and elders, primarily at Great Millstone. I'm gonna just keep it 100. We the only men that's prophesying, all right. So these men coming out, this wasn't some shock value, if you would. This wasn't the next phase in so-called black culture. No, this was a strategic move by Yahweh Shem Shah to combat Esau, man. All right? And the reason why these devils didn't meet their target date, if you will, the deadline, because of the prophets. Right? When they brought this information out, simultaneously the apostles were saying, hey, the microchip, the RFID chip, the NFC chip, whatever you want to call it, is the mark of the beast spoken of in Revelation the 13th chapter. That's why they kept pushing the date back, you know? And they kept trying to repackage it and present it to you. That's a form of the Lord consuming this devil with the spirit of his mouth. So go ahead, out.
God, this Hosea 6 and 5. Therefore have I hewed them by the prophets.
Right, so the Lord said he have hewn them by the prophets. When you go into the word hewn, it means to cut down, man. All right, the very plot, schemes, and plans of Esau has been disrupted by the prophets, man. See, go ahead.
It said, therefore have I hewn them by the prophets. I have slain them by the words of my mouth.
So the Lord has slain these devils by the words of his mouth. And that's heavy, man. Something as subtle as words is what's frustrating the plans of Esau. Matter of fact, you got something? You got more?
I'm going to finish it off. It says, and thy judgments are as the light that goeth forth.
Woo! As the light, right? And what's the light? The light is an effort to expose. All right? So you got something?
Yeah, come. This is the book of 2 Ezra 6 and verse 27. For evil shall be put out.
Woo! Evil shall be put out. Okay? Which this evil, matter of fact, give me the fiery darts of the devil real quick. I think it's Ephesians. Is that Ephesians 6?
I think it is Ephesians 6.
So read this again.
It's on 2 Ezra 6 and verse 27. For evil shall be put out.
Right, evil shall be put out. Because evil has been a wildfire on the planet Earth. All right, wickedness, lies, and deception, it laid hold on the planet Earth. It dominated the planet Earth until the Lord brought forth this truth. Which now this truth is somebody to like an overwhelming flood. And that's what's putting out that wildfire. Matter of fact, give me what you got ready.
Ephesians 6 and 16. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked.
Yeah, the fiery darts of the wicked, man. And it's usually through his media. All right, he'll throw a dart here, throw a dart there, and all of a sudden you consume with whatever he's presenting to you. Now we're in a time where everybody's questioning this man. You know? So go ahead,
It says, in deceit shall be...
Read it again.
Or this on 2 Ezra 6 verse 27. For evil shall be put out.
Right, so what's being put out? Those fiery darts. Give me St. John the 7th chapter. Go ahead.
And deceit shall be quenched.
And deceit shall be quenched. See? Go ahead.
As for faith it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome. And the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared.
Right, so evil shall be put out. You know, wickedness shall be quenched, right? And the truth which have been so long without fruit shall be declared. And again, this wildfire of lies and deception that was perpetuated by Esau, you know, is now being put out. And it's due to something as subtle as this word, which is symbolic to water. That's why I said evil shall be put out.
What that is?
43 and 19, I think. 43 and 18.
Yeah, yep, this is it. Yeah, this Isaiah 43 and 19 said, behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth.
Whoa, see, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, is being declared. This truth have sprung forth. All right, in this barren land or in this world. Okay, this world is barren. It has been barren of truth. Why? Because the wicked was in power. Okay, go ahead.
It says, behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness.
Right, and what's the wilderness? America. The Lord has made a way in the wilderness. We was lost, man. Matter of fact, give me Jeremiah 6 and 16 real quick. We was lost. When you consider a wilderness, right? A wilderness, you don't know your way in the wilderness. It's not signed. If you go into the forest, somebody drop you off in the forest, that's a task indeed to get out of there. Because there's nowhere you can you can mark where you're going. You have to leave a trail, to get back out of there, man. So this is a wilderness, and the only way out of here, the Lord had to make a way for you. See? Give me that real quick.
This is the book of Jeremiah 6 and verse 16. Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see.
Right, stand ye in the ways and see. Go ahead.
And ask for the old path.
And ask for the old path. Ask for the way back home.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Where is the good way?
Where is the good way? Go ahead.
And walk therein.
Right, and walk and get the hell out of here. Go ahead.
And ye shall find rest for your soul.
And that's in the form of these scriptures. See, we are comforted because we know the plans of Esau, which, by the way, we want to share some information with you as well to show you how this devil is really about to come down with great wrath, man. Because this devil is about to come, he's about to be up close and personal. And this is the time we got to fortify our minds. We got to get our mind right, And the best way to do that is through these scriptures. Because, I brought this analogy up before. If you saw a movie before, a scary movie, right? Whenever the boogeyman jumps out, you don't jump because he's about to jump out, man. So, that's what we had in this process. We know what this devil is preparing. All right? Go ahead, up.
It says, continuing on, it says, but they said, we will not walk therein.
And that's dealing with the 2/3 of our people. The Lord is extending somewhat of a peace offering to Jake, and they don't want to receive it. So what's left? The Lord is going to allow Esau to open up on him. All right? So now let's go where you at.
God, it says, Isaiah 43:19, behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall you not know it?
Right. So you don't see this? Go ahead.
It says, I will even make a way in the wilderness.
Right. So the Lord have made a way in the wilderness, the way out of here. Go ahead.
And rivers in the desert.
Woo! And rivers in the desert. So this is how the fiery darts of Esau is being quenched. His lies is being put out by something as subtle as the truth. We don't have a standing army, man. We ain't concocting, we don't have plans and strategies to come up against this man carnally. We just preaching the word, and this is overwhelming him. Okay? So, get that real quick.
Yeah, this is Bel and the Dragon, verse 26. But give me leave, O king, and I shall slay this dragon without sword or staff. The king said, I give thee leave.
Right, so the Lord have gave us leave. The Lord gave us the jurisdiction to slay this devil without sword or staff. All right, and we're doing it by something as subtle as this word. You got something else?
I'm looking for it.
All right, so now let's go. You got the pearl precept?
No, I ain't.
All right, so let's go into this.
The information. Yeah, so this back in, we pretty much covered that.
AC6.
Okay, yeah, kind of. All right. This is from, this is votesmart.org, and this is HR 666.
Right, HR 666. I think it's 4 sixes.
Oh, it's for,
Oh, what does it say on your end?
a mission of evidence seized.
HR what?
666, 3 of them.
Okay, 3 of them? Okay, kind of, okay.
I mean...
Well, I know in one of these legislations, which, they signed this what we going into, right? They signed this May 1st. Now, May 1st is, that's a heavy day with the Illuminati, So, okay, you got 66.
It's 4, you want to get one of the 4.
Well, you go back to the information you got if it's the same information. But them devils, right, they threw another 6 up there to try to throw you off. But there's no way you can offset the prophecies, man. And then again, this is what I want to know for all you naysayers out there. Did we make this up? Why all of a sudden this information is out? 666 sprawled all over the place, man. All right, and when you read the scriptures talk about the mark 666 is the mark of a man. Going into kai stigma, we go into that word stigma, it goes into something attached to you like stigmata, or you might say that person got a stigma attached to them. So that's going into being hit with that chip, all right? And this chip is going to be presented to you in effort for you to get some type of relief. See, these devils is going to pretty much put the squeeze on you. Matter of fact, give me that in the Old Testament. He that leaned on staff. All right, so you guys info over here?
Yeah, it says HR 666, a mission of evidence seized without a warrant in certain conditions.
Right, so without a warrant, right, these devils can come into your homes. And that's what they planning to do. They planning to come and test you, if need be, at your house. So that's why, you know, they got certain people, they got quarantine, you know, they got you conditioned to be in the house. And they'll be able to roll up on you with the test, man. Knock on your door, man. And they can bring the military with them. So you see how these devils work? That's why Trump signed off on the military.
Yep.
See, go ahead.
It says vote to pass a bill that relaxes the exclusionary rule by allowing evidence to be used in court if the police had justifiable reason for obtaining the evidence without a search warrant. Let's see. Bars the exclusion of evidence obtained as a result of search or seizure carried out under circumstance. I don't think this is it.
Yeah, go ahead. Go get what you got.
It's the book of Isaiah 36 and verse 6. Lo, thou trusteth in the staff of this broken reed.
Right, so you trust in the staff of what?
Of this broken reed.
Which is dealing with this system. Go ahead.
On Egypt, whereon if a man lean.
Right, so Egypt is symbolic to America. It say on which of a man lean, meaning if you put your trust in this society, in this system, what's going to happen?
It will go into his hand.
It will go into his hand. Go ahead.
And pierce it.
And pierce it. See? Yep, go ahead.
So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him.
Right, so you will have to get that chip, you know, if you want to go back to normal. And those who trust in this society, you're going to have to get that chip. All right? You got something? All right, go ahead.
It's the book of Isaiah 31 and verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horses because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel.
Right, that's why, what did the prophet Samuel tell Saul? Is there not a power in Israel? Man? So here it is, you trusting in this devil when you got a power. All right, yeah, read that again.
Isaiah 31 and 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on the horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horses because they are very strong.
Right, so you trust in America because of the tangible things you see. Furthermore, once you feel that crunch, which right now you can't even go in certain stores without a mask. You know, you can't go and enjoy the luxuries you once enjoyed here in America without certain restrictions, right? So now, these devils have set the stage. Everything is lined up beautifully for them to say, you know what? You got to take this chip, which they present that vaccine to you. You know? Go ahead.
It says, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel.
Right, but you don't look to the Holy One of Israel, man. Well, you reading out Isaiah the 30th chapter?
31.
Okay, come. Matter of fact, go to the 30th chapter and start at the top.
All right, come. This is the book of Isaiah 30 and verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children.
Woe to the rebellious children, go ahead.
Saith the Lord. They take counsel, but not of me.
Right, you take counsel, but not of Yahweh Shema Shah. How do you take the counsel of Yahweh Shema Shah? By partaking in these different sittings. You know, the different brothers, starting with the apostles and elders, different men that you see using the YouTube as a forum, if you will, in an arena to display this truth, man. That's taking counsel of Yahweh Shema Shah. Go ahead, up.
This is in that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit.
Yeah, it's almost like if you're playing football, basketball, whatever respective sport, you got on the uniform, that means you're the opposing team. Your uniform dictates what side you on. So you don't have this covering, that means you're now on our team. That's why Yahweh Shah made the statement, he that is not with me is against me, man. All right, go ahead.
It says that they may add sin to sin.
Right, and that's reincarnation if you're looking through spiritual lenses, because you have past lives, and you're doing nothing but add sin to sin to sin. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 2, it says that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth.
Right, you're not inquiring of the prophets. Again, we the mouthpiece of the Lord, right? Go ahead.
It says to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh.
Right, so this is how you want to, right now you're feeble, you know, ain't nothing going your way. In order for you to be strengthened, you're going to comply to what Esau has laid out. But when this all hell break loose, when this devil began to throw those mandatory quarantines and vaccinations on you, a lot of Jake gonna buck up against it. A lot of Americans gonna buck up against it, you know, and that's why you're gonna have the military there. Go ahead.
It says, they walked to go down to Egypt and have not asked in my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt.
America, go ahead.
Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust of the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
Yep, and this is going to be a confusion to you. All right? When this thing, when everything hit the fan, if you will, you know, when the Lord who's standing in the way, let it be, you know, and it just come out in his face to you up close and personal, then that's going to be your confusion. You're not going to have the answers, man. That's why when you read Isaiah the 33rd chapter, it tells you how knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of the time. So you got more, Will?
Oh, man, that's it.
All right. So now, go ahead.
God, this is HR 6666.
Now, this is what I wanted right here. You notice these devils is funny, man. But it's spiritual, you know? They got 666, and they added another 6 to try to throw y'all, but still they're in the box. You know? And this is a real law. This not no BS we just pulled up. This you could Google this. I encourage you, brothers and sisters out there, to research this. HR 666 is a bill that was passed.
It said May. Let me see.
I think it was May 1st. What's the date? The 8th or something?
Yeah.
That was 7 days ago. That's completion. So the Spirit got this coming out. You know, which other brothers done touched on this as well. You know. So, go ahead.
Yeah, this is HR 6666. To authorize the Secretary of Health and Human Services to award grants to eligible entities to conduct. So like, I'm gonna read that again. Yeah. It says to award grants to eligible entities to conduct diagnostic testing for COVID-19 and related activities such as contact tracing through mobile health units and as necessary at individuals' residence and for other purposes.
All right, so I can read that again.
Yeah, kind. Okay, it says to authorize the Secretary of Health and Human Services.
Now, all of a sudden, the coronavirus. First and foremost, you got to ask yourself: since when did this devil give a fuck about you, man? All right, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. When you go into, you take a glimpse into the history of the dynamic between those two, Esau, all right, the so-called white man versus the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, the nation of Israel, is riddled with bloodshed, man. Okay, this man has done nothing but rape, ravish, pillaged our lands, killed our little ones, raped and ravished our women, hung us, castrated us, man. And God knows, it's things that we don't even know that these devils did. Which in the kingdom, the Lord gonna reveal a lot of stuff to us, man. Right? These devils have done unthinkable. That's why when you read, I think that's Ephesians, the 5th chapter, it says unspeakable. The things that this devil has done in the dark. I mean, the thing that this devil has done is not on the record, man. Okay? But guess what? We're in a time where this man is being exposed for the devil that he is. But the point is, all of a sudden, you have dedicated yourself, you know, you got this ambitious approach to help somebody, man. That lets you know that there's a more sinister, diabolical plan, you know, behind the scenes. Matter of fact, you got something?
Yeah, kind.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Sirach 14 and verse 7. It says, if he do good.
Oh, if he do good, if he do set up a damn quarantine, you know, which, these quarantine tests, it consists of a damn Q-tip the size of your arm, man. And they stick that shit in your brain, man. They stick that shit up in your nose, man. That's why I was telling y'all about it. I talked to somebody who actually had that shit. I know somebody who worked at a check cashing place. And they said they had, before they go back to work, they had to take the fucking test, right? And they said the people who gave them the test said, hold the steering wheel. You know? Meaning they had to hold on to something because it was excruciating pain, man. So, you know, that's the time we in. But fret not, you know, because Yahweh Shema Shai is with us. Matter of fact, before we go any further, give me 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter. I think around the 70th verse or something. The things that coming to you.
Okay. Khan. This is
Hey, because we got nothing to worry about. We believe, you know, we believe on Yahweh Shema Shai, man. You know, but this is the way the Lord get down. You got to understand. For example, Daniel in the lion's den. In order for Daniel to be delivered, he had to first be cast into the lion's den. Now, think about that. You're in a damn lion den, man. You hear the lions purr. You know, you've been around a cat, they purr. Lions purr. And that shit sound like a damn motor, man. Right? So he around all them damn lions purring and sniffing around them and shit. But the Lord delivered him. That's why the scripture says, you have not resisted unto blood. So really what we going through, it don't really compare like those brothers that got through in the damn fiery furnace, man. But the Lord had those stories set for an example, if you will, for us to read, and it could build our faith. All right, so go ahead, huh?
Yeah, this is Ezra 16 and 74. Hear, O ye my beloved, said the Lord, behold, the days
it said, hear, see? Hear ye, O my beloved. So who right now is in this hearing, man? What's the only forum and arena that's on display where you have brothers, you know, hearing the words of Yahweh Shema Shah? All right? Which when you go into the word hearing or hearken, it pretty much means to understand. So the Lord said, hear, O ye my beloved. And that's separation right there. You know? Go ahead.
Hear, O ye my beloved, said the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand.
Right, the days of trouble are at hand. That shows you how bad the scriptures is. That if somebody read this 25 years ago, it didn't apply then. It applies right now. That shows that this book is alive, it's breathing. We able to read this right now, and it actually complements current events. See? But this is somewhat of a pep talk, man, from Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Read that again.
It says, hear, O ye my beloved, said the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand.
Yep.
But I will deliver you from the sign.
Come on, man.
That's it.
Lord said he's not a man that he should lie. Matter of fact, give me real quick. I think that's give me Psalms, the 4th chapter, and just start at the top. Because the scriptures say what? My beloved. Hear ye my beloved. That ain't talking to everybody else, man. They're talking about you brothers and sisters out there that believe on the doctrine of Yahweh Shema Shah. Go ahead, huh?
This Psalm 4 and 1. Hear me when I call.
Yeah, go ahead.
It said, hear me when I call, O Most High of my righteousness. Thou hast enlarged me when I was in distress.
Yep.
Have mercy upon me and hear my prayer.
Go ahead.
O ye sons of men, how long will ye turn my glory into shame? How long will ye love vanity and seek after leasing Salah? But know that the Lord has set apart him that is godly.
Oh, see? That's the separation. The Lord said, out of all the vanity, everything that you devils concocting, man, these elaborate plans, these sinister schemes, the Lord said, just know this. I have set apart, right? There's brothers and sisters out there that's destined to see the salvation of Yahweh Shem Shah, man. Go ahead, read that again.
It says, but know that the Lord has set apart him that is godly for himself.
Yeah.
The Lord will hear when I call unto him.
Yep.
It says, stand in awe and sin not. Commune with your own heart upon your bed and be still, Salah.
Oh, and be still. So we got nothing to worry about. Yahweh Shema Shah. It's like somebody saying, hey, look, fall back, I got it from here. That's where we at. All right, just believe. So that was it on that, right?
Yeah, I think that was the point.
Okay, come. So let's go back to where we left off.
So on this. Second Ezra 16 and 74 again. It says, hear, O ye my beloved, said the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same.
So the Lord says he's going to deliver us from these times of trouble. Go ahead.
It said, be ye not afraid, neither doubt.
Yep.
For the Most High is your guide.
Yep. So the Most High is going to guide us. He's going to navigate us through all this trouble. All right. So prepare your mind, you know, because these devils, they poise to, if all else fails, which they're going to do out of desperation, they're going to come knocking on your goddamn door, man. You know, but guess what? In that moment, the Lord going to work some miracle for you. If you're a part of that number that's destined to see the salvation of the Lord, fret not. You're going to get away, you know. And the Lord is waiting to show his power, man. The Lord is not shying away from showing himself, man. The Lord is ready to show himself. That's why when you go into the time of Egypt, he set the scenario for the Pharaoh to resist the demands of Moses and the request, right? So he could show his power. So the Lord is getting ready to do that again. So let's go back over this info. You got a precept?
Hold on, it's back there.
Go ahead.
It says, this is the HR 6666. It says to authorize the Secretary of Health and Human Services to award grants to eligible entities to conduct diagnostic testing for COVID-19. It's yeah, okay, kind. It says and related activities such as contact tracing.
Yeah, contact tracing. Contact tracing. What's that? That's tracking you. And that's where the RFID chip come into play. So you said these devils got to stay set, you know, so they could bring forth that chip. Go ahead.
It says through mobile health units and as necessary.
Oh, hold up. Mobile health units. Now, mobile health unit is a goddamn van or some shit with the coronavirus testing kit. And they riding around your neighborhood. Now, I know y'all remember the video of the dude. They forced the chip on. He started off like he wasn't gonna take it, then he ended up crying. The Lord went with him, man. He was like, it's gonna be a revolution, man. I ain't taking, you know. And them nurses, you know, they were like goddamn ex-football players and shit. They put hands on him, and they gave him a chip. He started crying. That's the Spirit of the Lord showing you that, man. But we got nothing to worry about in that day. But these devils is doing this under the banner of looking to help you. That's give me Isaiah, Psalm the 55th chapter. This word was smoother than butter. That's for an example. That's why you got like they call it peacekeepers. They said we're gonna send the peacekeepers, right? When peacekeepers get there, it's fucking helicopters with guys in army fatigue with M16 climbing off a rope. Them the peacekeepers. Matter of fact, let's get this what you got real quick while you getting that.
It's the book of Sirach 14 and verse 7. And if he do it good.
Right, so if he do come with a kit and it's under the banner of doing good, go ahead.
He do it unwillingly.
He do it unwillingly, go ahead.
And at the last, he will declare his wickedness.
Right, and that's what's happening. This man is declaring his wickedness, man. There's nothing he can do because his instincts of survival is kicking in.
Yep.
This man feel the room closing in on him. If you box off a porcupine, ultimately those thistles, what you call them, thorns or whatever, they're going to pop up, right? So that's the devil. The so-called white man is now showing himself. Matter of fact, go to Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter, in the last verse.
This is the book of Sirach 12, in verse 18. It says, he will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance.
And change his countenance. Man, he's going to morph into the devil. His horns is going to... Read that again.
Sirach...
oh, you remember the movie...
Twilight Zone.
No, not that. Yeah, that was one too. Yeah. That's a great one. Yep. But what's the other one? The Tales in the Hood.
Oh, I know.
Where the dude started to morph into the devil and shit. That's what this scripture said. Read that again.
Sirach 12 and 18. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much.
Then that's going into his secret counsels. Whisper much. Go ahead.
And change his countenance.
And change his countenance. Meaning those horns gonna pop up out of the blue. Yeah. So that's where we at. This man is morphing into the devil that he is, man. That's right. And that's why we here. We here to say, oh, that's the devil. All right? We those meddling kids, man. All right, so now give me what you got.
This Psalm 55 in 20. He had put forth his hand he had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
Right. Israel. Israel have done nothing to provoke this man to deal with us as treacherously as he done, man. All right. For an example, if you do the research like out there in New Mexico, Albuquerque and shit, man, that shit shut down. They handling Gad rough out there, man. All right. Which is going to spill over to Israel, and they always handle Israel rough, but Israel never been a threat to these, when you go back in the past, the Byzantine Empire or the time of King David. But the scripture telling you, right now we ain't doing none of this devil. We've been defeated. We've been laid down. You got us. So what's all this about? All right, go ahead.
It says, he had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. he had broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Right, saying we got to come up with coronavirus tests. You know, we want to help, you know, you people out there. You know, go ahead.
It says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
But war was in his heart, which this man had waged war on the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. And he did it by way of these different legislations that he signed off on. All right? That was it on that. You got something? That's it? All right, go ahead.
God, it says, back to it, it says, oh shit, that was taking that out. Yep, it says, I'm gonna read up again. It says, related activities such as contact tracing through mobile health units, and as necessary.
And if necessary, what?
At individual residence.
At individual residence. Meaning these devils gonna pop up at your house. Hey, read that again. Hey, give me Revelation 12 and 12.
It says to authorize the Secretary of Health and Human Services.
And a lot of this stuff, you gotta ask yourself. See, we watch it, we check out everything. You ever saw The Fugitive?
Oh yeah.
Where that one guy, Tommy Lee Jones, right? He was the ultimate detective. Nothing got past him. He'll come in the house, and then everybody else will leave. He'll be about to leave, and he'll turn back around. Something ain't right in this motherfucker. That's us, man. Now, I might be off, I don't know, but I really never heard of Secretary of Health. Where that shit come from? Read that again, man.
It said to authorize the Secretary of Health.
Where the hell that come from? I mean, maybe I always been a Secretary of Health. You see what I'm saying? See how these devils play games, man?
Yep.
I could have been always a Secretary of Health. I don't know. But me personally, that sounds foreign to me. Secretary of Health. I heard of Secretary of Defense.
Yeah.
But how convenient.
Yeah.
The coronavirus, and now you got a Secretary of Health. Some motherfucker in some glasses somewhere, man. He was always there in the shadows, and now he's needed. He was just chilling for the last 25 years. But now the coronavirus, now the Secretary of Health is here. Man, you devils, man. Go ahead.
It says to authorize the Secretary of Health and Human Services to award grants to eligible entities to conduct diagnostic testing for COVID-19.
Yeah, come on, man.
It said in related activities such as contact tracing.
Right, and that's another buzzword, contact tracing, meaning whoever you might come in contact with, now they got to track you. All right, go ahead.
Through mobile health units.
Right, mobile health units. Damn truck pull up, you look at the blind, and there's a tank. Real talk, man. It's a goddamn M-Rap, you know, in a damn Scooby-Doo van. You know what I mean? With a motherfucker coming out for the test you, man. Go ahead.
It says mobile health units, and as necessary at individuals' residence.
Right, so they're gonna come to your residence, man. And if need be, if you don't comply, they're gonna take you out. Matter of fact, continue.
It says, and for other purposes. It says,
is it more on that?
let me go down.
Because scriptures go to come into mind. 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, where it says some going to be cast out of their homes. Because why? If you don't comply with these devils, man, they got the jurisdiction. And I'm going to say this. It's a lot of stuff going on now that you don't know about. Because, again, the American media, right, they pretty much set the tone. Like, if you don't see shit on the news, you tend to relax or either become, you know, have an intense approach. You know? Everything's centered around the media. If the media tell you everything cool, then you tend to relax. If the media tell you to, you know, to be on the lookout, then your antennas go. So if the media ain't telling you that they already like in some damn small town in Iowa somewhere throwing people in concentration camps, you ain't thinking about it. But guess what? These devils already got this in play, man. They didn't sign that bill for nothing.
No, they ain't sure. I don't have that.
Okay, come.
Yeah.
But we got, if that's it on that,
Yeah, that was
we got the gist of it.
Yeah, kind of.
So these devils, that's proof that they're gonna ramp up this thing. So what that was, I called for Revelation. Get that.
This book of Revelations 12 verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea.
Yep.
For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath.
So this devil is coming down having great wrath, man. Why? Go ahead.
Because he knoweth that ye have but a short time.
Because he knoweth that he have but a short time. You know? And that's that sense of urgency that this man is feeling. Why? Because we are beginning to scrutinize him. The light is on him. You know? And by us even talking about the chip, that's the lesson, Chip talk. By us even talking about this is somehow affecting this man and his outlook, his plan. Because again, this devil, he deals behind the shroud of secrecy, man, and deception. You know, he's more comfortable, you know, in the dark. All right? So, what you got, something?
Yeah, this Job 5:14 said they meet with darkness in the daytime.
Right, they meet with darkness in the daytime. Here it is, they trying to finesse you. You know, they're trying to deal shrewdly under the banner of deception, but we're in broad day. This is the time. Matter of fact, give me Isaiah real quick, 60, or one of y'all can get it, Isaiah 60 and 1, whoever get it first. So we're in a time of light, you know? This is the time when, this is the information age, as they call it, which goes into light. That's where you get the word enlightened, you know? So go ahead, whoever got it.
Yeah, Isaiah 60 and 1, arise, shine.
Yep, arise, shine. So that's what we're doing. When we teach and we push out this information, that's shining. And it's heavy because a light, right? They even tell you that a light bulb, it pulsates. It don't. You look close to a light, it just don't. It pulsates, and that's us. Like this is a pulsating. For like tomorrow, the light gonna die down. Then tomorrow we're gonna pulsate again. You know what I mean? That's how light works. So, you know, we do a video now, then tomorrow again. You know, in the spirit of light. That's that light. You know, go ahead.
Yeah, It says, arise, shine, for that light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee.
Yep, which is just information, is knowledge. Go ahead.
For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth.
Yep, dealing with Esau and his information, you know, or the misinformation that's on display. Go ahead.
And gross darkness the people.
Yep.
But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee.
Right, and that's this light. So that's why we go back to Job.
This back in Job 5:14, it said they meet with darkness in the daytime.
So these devils got these secret meetings, these think tanks, and they meet in broad day. This is the time where the light is out. That's why we see them. We see everything they're doing. We one step ahead of you, right? Your plans to try to go forth with your new world order, you know, and you lay down your plans. Well, guess what? We right there. We right there pointing you out. We right there shedding that light on you. See? Go ahead.
Okay, I got a quick precept.
What?
Yeah, this is this Psalm 64 and 5 said they encourage themselves in the evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them?
Woo! They say, who shall see us, man? See, and that's where we come in. We the seers. We see. You know? So, go ahead. Would you have a precept? All right, go ahead.
All right, yeah, it says, back in Job 5:14, they meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in the noonday as in the light.
Right, and they grope in the noonday as in the light. All right? So, give me the whole Revelation, the 12th chapter, and give it in the blue letter, Baba Kashab.
All right,
And I want, you got something?
Yeah, I got a quick precept.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the book of Psalm 73 and verse 8. It says, they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongues walk through the earth. Therefore his people return hither, and the words of a slacking. It says, read it verse 9 again. It says, they set their mouth against the heavens.
Right, so they set their mouth against the heavens. That's dealing with their laws and legislations. All right, go ahead.
It says, and their tongues walk through the earth.
And their tongue walking through the earth. Meaning These devils and their policies is what control the planet Earth, thus fulfilling the prophecy spoken of in the book of Job, the 9th chapter and 24th verse. The earth is given to the hands of the wicked, right? So their tongue walketh the earth. If you don't comply with the plans of Esau, then they're going to hit you with sanctions, or they might bomb you to hell and back. You know? Either way, they have seized control of the planet Earth. All right? So that was it? All right, yes, so go ahead.
Which one was?
Yeah, go to Revelation. There was a chip, 13.
Oh, okay. You said 12.
Oh, Salaki, yeah.
Okay, kind. Let's see. All right, yeah, this is Revelation chapter 13, and in 16, it says, and he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. It said, okay, so this is the word mark. Strong's 8:54-48. Charagma. And it says, upload. It says charagma. It says a stamp, an imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or on the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. It says the mark branded upon horses, things carved, sculptured, graven work of idolatrous images.
Where you look at Mark?
Yeah, Mark.
Good cause.
Cause, yes, God. So this the word cause.
So the scripture says he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on his right hand and his forehead. Go ahead.
So this the word cause. It's strong G4160, poeo, and it says to make, with the names of things made, to produce, construct, form, fashion, to be the authors of, the cause, to make ready, to prepare, to produce, bear, shoot forth, to acquire, to provide a thing for oneself, to make a thing out of something, to render one anything. Let me jump down. Icon says to constitute or appoint one.
But it said constitute or appoint. Go ahead.
It says to appoint or ordain one that.
Ordain. Now we go into the word ordain. What does it mean? Order.
Yep.
So this is going to be an order. It's going to be order for you to receive that chip, man. And the build up, if you will, to that is this vaccine. You know. Go ahead. That was it on that.
It says.
That's pretty much what we want, but if
okay,
we want more.
all
right. So go back to the scripture.
All right, Con. Back in Revelation 13, I'm going to read verse 16 again. Saying, he calls them all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. It says that no man might buy or sell.
See, that no man might buy nor sell. Now, it's the spirit right now. If you don't have that mask on in a lot of these different stores, you can't buy or sell. So you see how it build up? All right? Which is going to intensify in the form of the chip. See? Yep, go ahead.
It said, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
Yep, they have the mark, the name of the beast, or the name. It's like, read that again.
It says, and that no man might buy or sell.
Go back to normal. See how they pushing that go back to normal thing, right? Go ahead.
It says, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
Right. Now, real quick, I want to pull up something real quick. This is from, it's a few sources, but I think I want to get this one right here. And, you know what?
I got something real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
This word buy, just to let you know, this is literally buying. I just got the word buy, Strong's G59, or Gorezo. It says to be in the marketplace, to attend to it, to do business there, buy or sell. So you actually, this is something that you can't say that you believe in Jesus buy down to today's rate. Now you can get $500 worth of groceries, man. This something you actually gotta have to to buy and sell, man. You know.
Yeah, and it's it. You see the marketplaces, which right now they closed everything down, but now they're reopening it. But now it's restrictions.
Yep.
You got to have a mask, you know. But guess what? They're gonna it's gonna build up until you got to have the chip. All right, and it's simple. So real quick, could you read this?
All right, God. This is from let's see.
It's actually from the Rockefeller Foundation.com.
Yep.
Which the Rockefellers is the counterpart, the American counterpart of the Rothschilds. The devil. All right, go ahead.
It said National COVID-19 Action Plan.
Right, so we just read it. You know, the HR 666, where they're gonna have these mobile, testing for, entities where they pop up at your house. It's actually a law where they can come to your house. You know, go ahead. And that's a form of this coronavirus testing plan. So you see how they didn't use this coronavirus as the perfect opportunity. Matter of fact, give me that Ecclesiastes 12 and 16 real quick before we move further. So you see where they seize control of this moment. And there's a saying, I forgot which one of them devils said it, but he said, never let the perfect...
That's a motherfucker that's dead.
Yeah. Who had the 7 heart. Never let the perfect crisis go to waste. A perfect crisis go to waste. So they're about seizing the opportunity. So you got that?
Is it Sirach?
Sirach 12 started at 16.
This book on Sirach 12 and 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips.
Right, so that's why they say, you know what, we want to help you out. We want to give you shots. Go ahead.
But in his heart he imagined how to throw thee into a pit.
Go ahead.
He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity,
which this is the perfect opportunity, go ahead.
He will not be satisfied with blood.
So it's going to be overkill. This man is going to open up on you, but this is the perfect opportunity for him to do so. See? So let's go back to this right here.
God, it says COVID-19 has infected hundreds of thousands of Americans and affected millions around the world. Across America, shuttered schools have put 30 million children at risk of going hungry.
Which we know that you devils behind that famine. Did not you put out the edict? Did you put out the order to kill off the livestock and the vegetation? Why? Because you're trying to starve everybody out. This is the scripture, Revelation the 12th chapter, 12th verse. This man is going to come down with great wrath because he knows that he have but a short time. So he's putting a squeeze on everybody. Go ahead.
It says closed.
And he's talking about it. You know? Go ahead.
It said closed businesses have left more than 20 million workers without income. And while locking down our economy is crucial for saving lives now, it has tremendous consequences for the poorest among us as people of color. And
hold up. Read that again.
It said it has tremendous consequences for the poorest among us as people of color and low-income Americans are disproportionately losing livelihoods
now,
and lives.
When did they ever give a damn about people of color? That's why the scripture said, though he pretend. Matter of fact, continue right here.
That's it.
Oh, you,
It's Sirach 16.
yeah, 12.
Going back to Sirach 12.
And 17 now.
In verse 17, it says, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee,
go ahead.
Yet shall he undermine thee.
See that? So read that again.
God, it says, as for people, it has tremendous consequences for the poorest among us as people of color and low-income Americans are disproportionately losing livelihoods and lives.
Right, so now they got a face, of the coronavirus. People of color. Go ahead.
It says, in the face of an effective nationally coordinated response, insufficient data, and inadequate amounts of protective gear and testing, we need an action plan.
Yeah, okay.
It said testing is our way out of this crisis.
Right, to get out of this crisis, see? To go back to normal. That's what they're pitching to you. Go ahead.
Instead of ricocheting between an unsatiable shutdown and a dangerous, uncertain return to normalcy.
See that? That's what they pitching to you. Go ahead.
The United States must mount a sustainable strategy with better tests and contact tracing.
See, did we not just read that in the HR 666 law, which they just signed in the legislation? So you see, everything is coming into play, man. Okay, you can no longer right now. You'll be hard pressed to try to come up against this information. That was a time where these scoffers and scorners, they had a leg to stand on. They could scoff, they could talk their little shit. But now you don't hear a damn pin drop. Why? Because Yahweh Shema Shai signing off on what we've been saying, man. Right. Now these devils are springing into action. You see everything coming together. Go ahead.
It said the United States must mount a sustainable strategy with better tests and contact tracing and stay the course for as long as it takes to develop a vaccine or cure. Any plan to do must win the faith of private and public sector leaders across the country and of individual Americans that they and their loved ones will be safer when we begin to return to daily life.
See that? So that's what they're trying to push. Returning to daily life. Now let's go back to Revelation the 12th chapter again. Let's read that. This scripture making more and more sense now. Revelation the 12th chapter, the 13th chapter, I don't know why I keep saying. Revelation the 13th chapter making a whole lot more sense now as you see where it actually can be filtered through these current events. Go ahead, Al.
It said he calls it all, Revelation 13:16, he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell.
Go back to normal. Why is that the case? Let's prove that that's talking about going back to normal. Give me Ezekiel, the 17th chapter. America is built on buying and selling. That's why when the scriptures say that no man may buy or sell, that translates to going back to normal. Why? Because this place is built on buying and selling. Let's prove that. Go ahead.
God, this is you want to get to the point? Yeah, this Ezekiel 17:4. He cropped off the top of his young twigs and carried it into a land of traffic.
A land of traffic. When you go into the word traffic, it means business. Go ahead.
He said it in a city of merchants.
In a city of merchants. That's America. So this place is all about buy and sell and trade. So when the scriptures say no man may buy and sell, it's really saying no man may go back to normal. Let's prove that because, even when you go out, let's say if you're out shopping, right? Before this whole coronavirus, wherever you go, you buying and selling. Whoever went out just to sightsee, even if you did go out to sightsee, you're going to stop and get something to eat. Or you're going to buy a souvenir. You know what I mean? So the very essence, the very fabric of this place is built around trade. Buying and selling. That's the normalcy of America. Right? So that's why, again, let's read Revelation again.
Revelation 13 and 17. It said, and that no man might buy or sell.
So no man may go back to normal. Go ahead.
Save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
See that? Which that mark of the beast. Matter of fact, continue.
It says, here is wisdom.
Yep, so here is wisdom. Go ahead.
Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast.
Go ahead.
For it is the number of a man.
Oh, it is the number of a what?
Of a man.
So this is not some demon in the underworld, right? This is a number of a man. And who is that man? Esau, the son of perdition, the man of sin. This is his pattern. That 666 is patterned with his stamp. Okay, and if you take that mark, that means you have just gave yourself over to him. You are his property now, man. And that's what these devils want. But the scriptures tell you oppression shall not arise a second time, man. So these devils is trying to relive that euphoria of having us in hardcore slavery, but it's not going to happen, man. All right? So, you got something?
Yeah, come on.
Go ahead, get what you got.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra 16, verse 68. It says, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you.
Right, and that's dealing with these devils. That great multitude that's kindled over you, which is set up in facets. You got the top elites, you got you got the American government, you even got marauders, you got different branches of white supremacy, hate groups, the KKK, the neo-Nazis. All hell gonna break loose out here, man. They're gonna be kindled against Jake. Oh, if you think I'm bullshitting, this video out there over there in China, they targeting Jake. They beating the shit out of Jake over there, man, because of the coronavirus. Because Esau have framed it like these are the fake, these are the carriers of the coronavirus. I think I was with y'all. We was watching that video, right? You got them 6 Moabites with iron pipes. They were beating the shit out of Jake. You know. And really, all the Jake had to do is just stand up, take his shirt off, and they would have ran. But no, nevertheless, Jake is the new face of terror, man. That's why when you read Psalm the 83rd chapter, man, all these nations hate us, man. Go ahead.
It says, read again the Psalms, it says, 2nd Ezra 16 and 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto idols.
Right, and that's dealing with the chip. They're going to feed you with things offered unto idols. Okay, go ahead.
It says, and they that consent.
Right, if you consent, if you say, you know what, I want the chip because I want to go back to, I have a Cardi B, these different stars having these meltdowns. All it takes for them, I can go back to, give me the chip. But if you consent to them, go ahead.
It says, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision, and in reproach, and trodden underfoot. For there shall be in every place, and in the next city, a great insurrection on upon those that fear the Lord.
Go ahead.
They shall be like madmen, sparing none.
Right, and that's what these devils are going to show themselves, man. Go ahead.
But still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord.
Yep. Go ahead. That was it on it?
Yeah,
all right. We're going to get what you got?
Okay, you want to jump up a little bit on that?
Yeah, whatever you want.
Yeah, this is Ezekiel 33, and I'm going to start at 30. It says, also thou, son of man, the children of thy people are talking against thee by the walls, and in the doors of the house, and speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, Come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh forth from the Lord.
Right, so you got people out there that's ear hustling us. All right, go ahead.
It says, and they come to thee, unto thee, as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them.
Yep.
For with their mouth they show much love, but with their heart they go after their covetousness.
Right, so you have people that's actually in the hearing that hear these words, but inwardly in their mind, they don't really believe. They go after their covetousness, And when all hell breaks loose, the instinct of survival going to kick in. They're going to say, you know what? I just want to survive, And a lot of guys going to take the chip, man. All right, go ahead.
It says, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song.
Yep, go ahead.
Of one, they have a pleasant voice.
Right, they like, your voice, go ahead.
It can play well on the instrument.
Right, and they said play well on the instrument. That's dealing with these different devices, laptop, desktop, phones, tablets. We upload these videos on these different instruments. Go ahead.
It says, for they it can play well instrument. For it says, for they hear thy words, but they do them not. And when this cometh to pass,
right, and when this cometh to pass, go ahead.
Lo, it will come.
It will come, and the main thing that's going to come to pass is this RFID chip, man. That's the mark of the beast. All right, because that's one of the most controversial topics out there.
I'm gonna say something too. That chip, man. That's one prophecy you can't get wrong, man. You fuck, man.
That's beautiful.
That's
a beautiful point. Yeah, that's the one prophecy that you can't slip up on. You got to be precise. If you ain't got that all the way right, matter of fact, get that too. Revelation 14 chapter. Go ahead and finish that.
Okay,
go ahead and finish that, and then we get Revelation 14. That's right. That's a great point. That's the one prophet you better be sure about. That's the one prophecy you better be damn sure about. Because if you get that wrong, that's your ass, man. Go ahead.
It says, Ezekiel 33:33, and when this comes to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet have been among them.
And that's another game. That's the one prophecy that's going to really affect everybody's psyche.
Yep.
Because it's gonna change your very livelihood.
Yep.
So really, Ezekiel 33rd chapter, if you really going through, that's talking about the chip, man. Even though, real talk, because you can see it's singular. It's saying when this come to pass. Because again, this is gonna change the very landscape and dynamic, the plateau of America. So once they said, oh, it's mandatory, you got to get this chip. Do you know that's going to be the one prophecy that's going to make everybody say, you know what? Those was the prophets.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just Revelation 4.
Because it's going to change your very life.
Yep, that's it.
How you going to scoff then? When, you know what I mean? When you just received a letter saying, if you don't show up, you know, to get this chip. How you going to scoff then? Only thing, your only reaction going to be, man, those the prophets, man. You know? Go ahead,
God, this Revelations 14:9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
Yeah, see that? So, pretty much, that's the penalty. And it says that penalty is going to be without mixture. You're going to receive the full brunt, if you will, of the judgment of Yahweh Shema Shah. There's no repent from that. And real quick, that's a cut on any of you who said Christianity, for an example. You know, you got guys that say Christianity, that's the mark of the beast. Well, the scriptures say there's really no repent from that. You're going to feel the brunt of Yahweh Shema Shah, and his wrath is going to be poured out without mixture. Right? So that's pretty much it. You know, with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the fellow laborers out there, as well as you believers, the Akim and the Aqua that subscribe to this truth as well. And all you brothers and sisters out there on the comment board, shalom to you as well. All of you are tuned in. Till the next time, shalom.
Shalom. DTA, Abba, Abba.